So one day I asked myself, what if I could turn my mistakes and challenges into stepping stones for others? That's how this podcast was born. I'm Christina Radics, a former dentist and clinic owner, turned coach, speaker, and DJ. I'm here to help dental professionals thrive and not just survive. On this show, we will go from stress to success through real stories, mindset tools, and my 3+5 formula for work-life harmony. Please subscribe, comment, and share if you believe that the dental world needs more fulfilled, grounded, and inspired people. So let's dive in.
So, what is success to you?
I think I had this conversation with someone close to me recently. What is success? Is success money? Is success being happy or content? Is success something else? I don't know. I feel like if I'm waking up in the morning with a purpose, with something that drives me, I think I'm in a good place to be successful. At the same time, as I've said to you, outside of our profession, I do think we need to take a step back altogether and think, this is my family life, this is my personal life, this is my professional life, and segregate those things and make sure you're successful in all our different aspects of life, not just the professional, because someone might be really successful professionally, they might be doing so well for themselves, but they might not have the best relationship with their family at home. Are they successful then? Are they content? Are they happy? I don't know. I don't think I would be if I'm not having the best relationship with my family. So while I do really want to be successful professionally, I do want to do well in dentistry, it's important to understand there are things outside of that, like friendships, like your family relationships. If I have a wife in the future, I hope I do, but I want to be making sure that, you know, all those relationships are healthy, you know, it's important. And as we said, with previous generations, I feel like sometimes those things can be skewed, that mindset might not be there as much of, oh, I need to make sure that all different aspects are covered here. So yeah, it's important. I do think after I did my sales job, I found out that money did drive me a lot. But after this injury, I feel like there are more things to life than money. And I think that's given me that viewpoint. And I do appreciate that, that while success is something we drive towards, there are different types of success. And when I make my family proud, or when I make my mum proud or my dad proud, I think that's a type of success, you know, that's a success that you can't quantify with how many practices you have or how much money you make in a year. So it's important to look at it that way.
Yeah. So your family is in UK now, your parents?
Yeah. My mum's actually with me in Valencia, obviously helping me out with the situation I'm in, but yeah, we're from Manchester, so yeah, I've actually moved to Manchester at a very young age, at like around 6. So I was born in India, so I felt like I got different cultures in me, you know, appreciating different cultures. Now I'm in Spain, so you know, the different cultures, you know, I think that's really interesting as well. Makes for a different viewpoint, different way of living life, because you don't really realize how different people are in different countries. And yeah, that's one thing I want to do as well, you know, visit loads of different countries, get to know people in different countries for sure.
Yeah. So if you would dream now, so let's paint this white canvas and put your dream scenario. How do you think that you would be working in 10 years? What would be your dream scenario?
In 10 years.
Because you have three more.
Yeah, I've got 3 more years,
don't you?
Yeah.
In dentistry, yeah. So let's say, a few more. Yeah, let's say 8 years then.
Yeah, I'll say 10 years. I'll say 2035. In an ideal world, I do want to establish myself as a multiple practice owner in the world of dentistry. Get my brand out there for sure. how many practices that is will be determined with my work ethic, my discipline, how hard I work, how much effort I'm willing to put in, how much sacrifice I'm willing to put in. And I'm hoping that, I do put all that effort in, because I do have that ambition to, make a mark on the world of dentistry in the UK and abroad. So that would be professionally. I think family-wise, obviously, one aim I do have is to retire my parents. And I feel like when I do that, I'd like to say when, not if, but when I do that, I think that will mean more to me than, all the practices, all the money in the world. And I think one thing everyone wants is a good family, a happy wife, a happy life, and obviously doing everything for the kids as well, obviously. I know I'm young, but, that's obviously, that'll be in the future. Maybe in the next 10 years, maybe not, I don't know. But I think those are some of the goals, some of the things I visualize for myself. But yeah, in the north of England, I do really want to leave a mark in terms of dentistry for sure.
How would you differentiate yourself? Why would patient go to your clinics?
I think one thing, and the most utmost thing I believe in, is obviously the patient comes first. So delivering high level of healthcare, high level of patient interaction, being almost their friend. I feel like the skills I have developed and I will develop until, I do go into the world of dentistry, I think will equip me with the skill set of getting to know patients on a deeper level, making them feel like they're in a very, very comfortable position, and being their friend, as I said. I think that will set us apart for sure. I think, of course, the high quality of healthcare, but more than that, I think I want to connect with my patients on a much deeper level. I don't want to treat them like they're a way of making money, or they're a way of a revenue generator, because they're not. And I really do see myself, looking at them and creating that relationship, a bond with them. Because when we look at dentistry and medicine, let's say, it's so important. That doctor-patient relationship is all what we talk about, but we don't really appreciate how important that bond is. So I'm going to really focus on that, strengthening that bond with my patients and patients that come to my practices. So yeah, I think that will definitely stand us apart. And as I've said, I've got a lot to learn. What would be one advice that you would give me, let's say, going forward into the world of dentistry? You're a practice owner, so what would you say that you try and implement with your patients to make them feel comfortable, to have that bond with them, that relationship?
I would say that was and is my superpower. I was very focused on the patients. I was very focused on, my clinic was not big. We had 2 dental chairs, but I had televisions everywhere with music, like calm music. And in the room, the patient could see at the right side, I could put like before and after photos to give explanations, and in the roof they would see a video or something during the treatment, and we asked them what music they wanted to listen to, so they could decide what music they would have. So, and we put the music even before they entered the room. So they already saw that we were doing something that they like. So all these small little details, a gift bag, and really showing that we cared, like the bonding that you said. So that was my superpower, what I was not good at and what I tried to, but we are all different. So there are people who need to be more empathetic, be more empaths, but in my situation, I needed to listen to myself more. But that comes from your home and your childhood. So you, by listening to yourself, in one way it has to do with your generation, that you're much more open-minded. But it also shows that as a child, you could say what you wanted. You have had parents there who have been there and listened to you. My parents, they were discussing a lot. They were very different from different cultures. Mother is from Greece, father from Hungary. So every day they were arguing, and that made me become very good at adapting, listening, like hypersensitive. So I knew I wanted to know what people were feeling. Are you in a good mood now? Are you in a bad mood? And that was difficult, but it became my superpower. So, it sounds maybe crazy, but somehow I'm grateful for the pain and I'm not mad at them. I have forgiven them because they have had their problems as children. They have had difficulties during the war. And I feel that I have helped them now. Like my father was living in my home for 4 months now. And he woke up like in a grumpy mood, bad mood, like he has always been. And I said to him, Dad, don't you realize that you can change your mood, that you have the power of what you're feeling? And I noticed that every day he became happier and happier. I don't know if he was afraid of telling me the truth or if he actually changed, but I felt like I taught him that you have the power. Doesn't matter what happens to you. It can be raining, but you can see it like, well, it's good that it's raining because the nature needs it. Grass, you can always pick something good of something bad that's happening. So I will come back to your question, like what my advice is to never forget to listen to yourself. Dentistry is a profession, or like medicine in general. We are helping other people. We are giving a lot. Dentistry, you're working in a small area. You're very focused. It's a difficult profession, but you're also changing people's lives. So you get back as well, but you have to control your battery, your energy levels. If you give too much, you end up feeling totally exhausted by the end of the day. And that was what happened to me. Like I felt that I received a lot of love and everybody was happy, but I was exhausted. And that exhaustion summed up because you have a life, you have a personal life as well. So I had 3 children. And that is one thing. I'm so happy that you mentioned about being there for your family, because when I got to know myself when I was 45, I suddenly realized that I have not been there as much as I should be, and that's horrible to get that feeling. And they were almost adults. My 2 of my children are in your age. How old are you?
I'm 23.
23. Yeah, they're even older. They are 27 and 26.
Okay.
And my young is 17. So I was like, the first thing I said, I'm so sorry that I've not been there, even if I was there physically. Many times mentally, I was thinking about a patient, something that I was worrying about, and life just goes. And how has that affected them? I don't know, but they are like, no, Mom, you have been there. And of course you needed to work a lot. So it's so important what you're saying. Being there for your children, your family is the most important thing, because the first 7 years will mark their lives.
100%. I really relate with you about like your parents as well, and giving them that time. Upbringing is so important. As we've spoken about the previous generations, with the previous generations there has been trauma, and that's something we can't ignore as well. When it comes to wars or situations that we will never actually understand. We're fortunate enough to never have to go through things like that, but these kind of things have obviously impacted previous generations in our families. So it's important to understand that as well, important to have that perspective, but eventually it does matter how you treat, your children, how close you are with them. But the fact that you have that accountability and you realize that maybe I wasn't there as much as I should have been, that shows that your growth, your open-mindedness as well, that you realize a lot of people don't have that accountability of that understanding of maybe I've done something wrong here, maybe I shouldn't have done this, or how can I improve on myself? So as long as we have that within us, we will make mistakes as humans, but we need that accountability, that will to grow as humans. I think that puts us in good stead. But as I said, segregating different parts of your life is so important, and I'm trying to learn that now, so I don't make the same mistakes that previous generations have in my family, or people have before. So yeah, I think it's important to have that open-mindedness as well.
Yeah, it all comes down to self-awareness. Just like you said, taking that step back and think now and then, okay, so I have this and this, am I happy? What is giving me energy? What is draining me? So, because I'm a big believer, the happier you are, the better father, husband, son you will be. The most bitter people are the ones who are not giving to themselves. So go out there, be happy. The world will be much better if we think about being happy. And that is not about being egoistic. No, it's the opposite. The more you take care of yourself, the more you can give. So, wow.
Yeah.
You amaze me. You're so mature, and you have a lot of superpowers there, thanks to all your talent, skills, and experiences that you can use and mix and make them unique, as long as you're happy. And when you're building up your businesses, that I am sure that you're going to do, to always balance it with family, friends. Because just like you said, of course, money, the better something goes, the more the more dopamine you will get, and you want more and more. And it's trying to find that balance, and that's the most difficult thing in life.
Yeah.
So this podcast, is called Stress, Going from Stress to Success. So what is one advice you would give to other young dental students now?
I think one advice I would give is there's some things that don't require talent. Things such as coming on time, being well prepared, taking the time out to network with people, working hard, having good discipline, having resilience. These are all things that don't require talent. And I think these are non-negotiables if, you want to be successful. Someone like you has definitely implemented those things, not only in your professional life, but your personal life. So those non-negotiables that don't require talent, work ethic, these things have to be implemented for you to be successful. And I think that's something I'm trying to do on a daily basis. While we all may have different talents, which I'm sure we all do, to differentiate ourselves from the others, I think it's important to do those non-negotiables. And you can see it with all successful people. They haven't just become successful for no reason. They've made sacrifices, they've put in that hard work, they've been on time, they respect people's time, they're well prepared for every situation, they're self-aware, like you said. These things don't require talent. So I would say do these non-negotiables, and I'm sure you're setting yourself up for success.
Wow. Who would you like to be contacted by? Who would you like to be listening to this podcast and connect with you?
I think I wouldn't say one particular person, because the list would just go on. But I always say people who have, worked hard, been successful, have great work ethics, put themselves out there. I'd love for them to listen to this. I want to put myself out there as well. I want to be successful. I want to learn from people who've been there, done that. If I'm being honest, I'm just starting off my journey. So at the same time, I need to keep my feet grounded and learn from people who have done it before me. So literally anyone who has, is in a better position than me, and I can learn from them. So I would say that. But to be fair, I think someone like Mr. Beast, I listened to his podcast actually recently, and he comes from such a different background. I think he's done so well from himself. Someone who's built up an absolute empire just from the ground up, by
How was
pure
his
determination.
I don't know much about how was his background. I don't know so much about him.
So he was, yeah. So I watched Diary of a CEO as well. So Stephen Bartlett is someone I look up to as well. So that could be someone. He's amazing.
Yeah. Steve,
my favorite dragon.
Yeah. Call us.
Call us, please. But yeah, I think Stephen Bartlett is an absolute inspiration as well. But about Mr. Beast, he just started off in his bedroom. He had a single mum who had to work 2 shifts to just make ends meet. And with his brother, he used to just make videos every day, stream every day. And the crazy thing he said, which I don't think I could do, I don't think anyone can do, a lot of people can't. Any money he used to make, he used to put 100% of it back into his business. And this was when he was making a good amount, but not as much as he's making now. And this was when he was still living with his mum. So I think the differentiating factors with him, he was almost crazy. He was almost someone that if you looked at 10 years ago, you would think, what are you doing? Like, this ain't going to get you anywhere. But that's the reason why he is number one. That is the reason why he's differentiating himself to the point where no one's touching him in the YouTube world.
Wow.
He's on Amazon Prime. He's doing things that no one could imagine a YouTuber could have achieved. So that's just
chocolate,
one of them.
No? Even a chocolate.
He's every empire he's doing. But obviously in sports as well, you've got the classic Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Virat Kohli. Because I'm a cricketer, I really look up to Virat Kohli as well. But these are some of the people. I think, as I've said, doesn't matter for me who it is. It's the people who have been there and done that. I think I look up to them, every single one of them, like yourself as well.
Thank you very much, and thank you so much for contacting me. I was like, this young man has something to say. Everybody has a story, everybody. So I'm encouraging, I love to hear people's stories, and it's like I can see a pattern of the more when we struggle, we have a willpower and some craziness. I think magic happens there.
Yeah.
Like, you have to struggle a little bit. You have to be there. Yeah, you have to be there a little bit in the mud. The logo for this podcast is the lotus flower. And I think in India, they use a lotus as a symbol. And I love that. I love
lotus
symbols.
Is massive.
And it comes from the mud before it becomes a beautiful flower. And I believe in that from struggle, it's something. So, it's not so easy when you're there, like when you're struggling, but afterwards you see, wow, I wouldn't have realized these things if this wouldn't have happened, just like Steve Jobs said. So Thank you so much for contacting me. I'm so happy,
Thank you.
and I'm here whenever you need support. And I hope some listener here will contact you. And, you know, magic is just around the corner. So you never know what will happen. And
I hope
I'm
so.
sure that your dreams will come true, whatever they will be. Just like I said, you can think you want one thing today, but life changes, and the important thing is just to be happy in the moment, be present in the moment. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's keep in
And I would just
contact.
like to say, thank you so much for the opportunity. I really do appreciate someone like you, you know, having a chat with someone like you. And 100%, let's keep in touch, and I'll definitely keep you updated with how things are going.
Thank you so much for listening to From Stress to Success. If this episode spoke to you, please subscribe, share it with a colleague, or leave a comment so more dental professionals can build fulfilling lives with harmony and purpose. A big thank you again to our sponsor, Smiler, for making this podcast possible. Until next time, take care and keep rising.